Surprise! It's another tag. So you get double tag Tuesday. Double Tuesday tag, double something. Tuesdays and tags and stuff. I was so excited to do this tag video that I basically forced Olivia from ilivy.books. No, oh my god. At ilivy4books to tag me in it. So I coerced her into tagging me and she has now tagged me and now I'm gonna do it. And it's the 5 quotes book tag. I think that you're supposed to do the quotes from books. Is that right? Because I'm not doing that. So I'm already doing this tag wrong. Because I really wanted a chance to show off my book of quotes. Finally. The way I thought I would do this is I'm just going to open it to a random page and pick a quote from that page, and I'll do that for 5 different pages and they will be my 5 quotes for you because these are all my favorite quotes. Small disclaimer, I don't choose quotes because I think they're inspiring. This is not a collection of inspirational quotes. This is a collection of quotes that I have felt the need to write down either because they were really beautifully written, because they used an interesting metaphor, or they sort of introduced a really profound and bizarre concept that made me look at the world a little bit differently. So there's not much in terms of inspiration here, so hopefully that doesn't disappoint you guys. Hopefully you don't think I'm weird because of my taste in quotes, but there we go. Quote number 1. Random page. Random quote. Aww, it's Carl Sagan. Books are like seeds. They can lie dormant for centuries and then flower in the most unpromising soil. Am I supposed to say something about the quote? I think it's pretty obvious why I like that one, right? I love books. And he's kind of right. You can get books that disappear for centuries upon centuries that then will suddenly appear again in a completely different world, a completely different time. And suddenly people get really excited about that book again and everything that has been discussed in that particular time has been resurrected. Page. This quote. Ah, okay. She had waited all her life for something and it had killed her when it found her. I actually haven't read the book that this comes from, but I came across it and really liked it. I thought it was a really deeply affecting concept that you can wait all of your life for something and then when it comes it's wrong and destructive, or thinking that you know what's right for you and then finally it comes to you and it has just you find out how wrong you were, because that happens a lot to a lot of people. So there's a quote about that for you, I guess. This is really fun, guys. Page number, I don't actually have many pages in this open. Let's go with this one. And this quote, I can't see what it is. I don't know what page this is. I'm genuinely not trying to pick these on purpose. Aw, how embarrassing to be human. Kurt Vonnegut. Is it possible to be existentially crisised? Because I think he's got some out of context it sounds a bit sad, and there are lots of things that you can be proud of to be human, but then we're doing a lot of shit stuff too. And I don't like that. You got to accept that. We've got to come to terms with the fact that there's a lot that we do that is great, there's a lot that we do that is right, but we are doing some seriously awful stuff at the same time. And if you look at that stuff, it can be pretty embarrassing. Like it's embarrassing to think that we still need to struggle with sexism and racism in the day that we live in now. That is embarrassing. How embarrassing to be human. Alright, random page. Let's go with that one. And that quote. Aw, I've already shared this one. That's really cute. Most recent page on the quote book, of course, it's going to be from the last book that I read. It took Doc longer to go places than other people. He didn't drive fast, and he stopped and ate hamburgers often. I shared this on Twitter, I think, or on Tumblr or something, because isn't that everyone? I don't know. It's definitely me. I stop a lot to eat food whenever I go anywhere, and I really like the way that's written. He stopped and ate hamburgers often, so there you go. Okay. Final quote, I hope. Unless I've given you a bonus quote by accident. Let's pick a page. That didn't work as well as I hoped. That page. Sorry. Let's go with this one. Somewhere up there. Aw. There is nothing to writing. all you do is sit at a typewriter and bleed. Ernest Hemingway. I know that a lot of you people out here on BookTube are also authors and part of AuthorTube as well, so I'm sure that this is a quote that can relate to you only too well. It's such a succinct way of basically putting into words the emotion of pouring your whole life into a story, or how much of yourself becomes part of your art, shall we say, because I think I'm not a writer. I think I've said that before. I've been a singer for a long time, but for most of that time I couldn't sing in front of people for a long time because it felt too much like putting myself out there. Like, it was, when I sang, it was everything that was locked completely deep inside me underneath all of the layers of my skin, and I felt like I was ripping that out and showing it to the world, and that was too personal for me to get my head around it. It wasn't until I was able to sort of take a step back from that feeling of extreme personalness, that extreme personal nature of singing, that I was able to really become a performer instead of a singer, shall we say. I discovered that there was a difference between being a performer and being a singer, and in being a singer I was exposing parts of my soul, and in being a performer you kind of have to let go of that. Anyway, my point is, singing, music, writing, poetry, all of the painting, drawing, like all of these forms of art, they're really hard careers to make your life, because what you are doing is bleeding over a typewriter. You are opening yourself out, you're pouring everything that is inside you, that makes you who you are, you're pouring it out in some way or other, whether it's in a poem, whether it's in a picture, whether it's in a song that you've written. And I think that Ernest Hemingway really captures the very, very soul of that in really not very many words, in a very short, succinct, almost violent metaphor. There's nothing to writing, all you do is sit at a typewriter and bleed. I think that I just rambled a lot there, but oh well. So, you guys have finally got a little bit of a look inside my mini quote collection, which is kind of cute. And there's another tag video for you. I'm not sorry in the slightest. I guess I'll tag some people in this one too. Let me turn to the YouTubes. In particular, I will tag Nena at SCReads and Nezzle and Shamina, Yuki, Crawford. I know that you're about to go overseas, but surely you can find the time to share 5 quotes with us before you do it. Anyone else who is watching this who wants to do it, you are also tagged. And again, if you do watch this video and you're inspired to do it, post the link below in the comments, because I would love to have a look at all of the quotes that you guys have to share and add as many of them as I can into my little book here. So yeah, that's it. I'll see you on Thursday, for reals this time. And until then, stay classic.